Hey guys, I'm back making another video. I posted a little note in my Ninja in Galaxy Far Far Away revamp chapter that said I would get this up in the next day or so after the chapter was published, but that kind of fell flat on its face. So I decided to finally get off of my ass and start making this video for you guys, let you know that I am still getting stuff sorted out here. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but I'm working. The topic of this video is going to be my views on lemons and stories. I'm also going to discuss the 3 stories that I'm attempting to get done right now: Weapon X, Pixie Dust, and Justice Lords. So first off, we're going to start talking about the lemons. Alright, my thing with the lemons is that, it always used to be that, the computer was in my sister's room, and so I had people over my shoulder the whole time. Really wasn't that great of a work environment for my stories. The thing with it now is, as I have progressed a little bit, I really don't see that big of an issue with not putting them in the stories. I know a lot of you guys like them, but to me, if they don't serve a purpose within the story, they're just gratuitous, and it makes absolutely no sense to have them in. I do, however, reference sex a lot in the stories, but it's not exactly going to be a big thing where I'm writing in these big scenes or anything like that. Again, though, I always appreciate you guys' input. I know a lot of you guys do like lemons. I get a lot of feedback asking me to throw some in between some of the characters. Just know that that's not really what I'm looking for in making my stories. I want the stories themselves to be the subject of the story and not necessarily just the pairing. Don't get me wrong, that's a big part of it, but I feel like the story should be able to carry itself whether there's a pairing or not, and to that end, again, the lemons and the sex just seems a little bit gratuitous. So if you ever have any sort of wonder why I don't really add those in a lot, now you have a reason. It's kind of just, I don't know, I don't want to become like one of those authors who, I won't go into names, but I think everyone knows who I'm talking about, who basically just does a series of one-shots where it's just a string of lemons, like freaking laundry list of who hasn't Naruto had sex with. Oh, let's do that. I don't want to do that. I want my stories to speak for themselves. And to that end, lemons are probably not something you guys are going to see from me in the near future. Alright, now this is where we get into a little bit of uncharted territory. I'm going to be discussing 3 of my current stories that I'm trying to work on: Weapon X, Pixie Dust, and Justice Lords. I want to give you guys a little bit of an update on where I am with the 3, because I do work on multiple stories at a time. Probably not the best thing, but that's about all I can do. It's sort of a compulsion. I'm going to go into a little detail about where I'm going with some of these stories. But I'm going to add in a little section after where I'm going to discuss some really big plot points. So if you guys don't want spoilers, don't worry. I'm going to put a little bit of an alert in after I get into the story spoilers, where you guys can just tune out and stop watching if you want to. Really, I really don't want to ruin these stories for you guys, but these are just some big things that I really want to share with some of you guys, that anyone who's wanting to listen and is just tired of waiting and want to know where this is all going and where it's going to end up. So when I get into any section that's going to denote spoilers, I will be showing just a little bit of a intermediate little clip, like ta-da, this is a spoiler. So when that happens, you guys can, I don't know, you can mute your volume, do whatever the hell you want, shut the video off, because I'm saving the big stuff for the end. So by the time I get to the big major spoilers, you guys can pretty much stop watching. But just so you know, I will be putting some spoilers in at the end here, and I will have an alert on so you guys can choose to stop watching if you want to. Alright, first up we're going to discuss Weapon X. And when I designed Weapon X, I really wanted to both embrace Marvel and distance myself from it at the same time. And there's a little bit of a reason for that, little bit of, kinda, it's a little wanting to be original, a little bit not ripping off all of these Marvel plot points. But you know what? It's Wolverine. This is one of Marvel's flagship characters. He's one of the most recognizable characters of all time, thanks to friggin' Hugh Jackman. The problem, like I said, is I don't want to just rip off the plot points, and not that that's a bad thing, because a lot of the stuff that Marvel does is absolutely fantastic. It's done really well, but I don't want things to get, I don't want them to get almost too predictable. I think a lot of you guys know what I'm saying. There's a pattern to a bunch of these things, and if you follow the plots and take the points directly from the others, it just kind of makes the story a little bit too predictable. That's really all I have to say on Weapon X for right now. I am working on it. I am trying to get a little bit in. I know you guys had a bit of a problem with Naruto's anger issues in that, which is, the Berserker rage. It's kind of low. It's kind of Wolverine's thing. A lot of people said that the village wouldn't allow him to be a ninja at that point. I decided that was a load of horseshit. I know that God, what am I trying to say here? I know that the Hidden Leaf Village is one of the stronger villages, but they're not gonna pass up a chance for a weapon like Weapon X. They're not gonna pass it up, and if they have a way to train him to control his issues and to use his powers in ways that will benefit the village, they are going to do so. They are not going to see him as just this danger to the village. They are going to see him as a potential weapon. That is basically what all the other ninja villages are doing, and that's what the Hidden Leaf would probably be doing. Again, I'm going to get into this a little bit later in the spoilers, so you guys know what's coming. You guys know you guys can know what to expect to see in this story. But I just sometimes don't understand a lot of my feedback. But that might just be because, a lot of different people, so a lot of different people think a lot of different things in a lot of different ways, and I respect that, I really do. But just, again, know that when I do something, I do it for a reason. I don't just do random stuff, though with what's coming in new story terms, might see a crack figure too. Alright, now in Pixie Dust, I wanted to do a little bit like a classic Disney. I know I had said that, I wanted to do classic Tinkerbell. I didn't want to do like Disney Fairies Tinkerbell. I wanted to do that egotistical, bitchy, blonde fairy that we all know and love from the original Peter Pan. That being said, I'm looking at branching out into a more mass Disney crossover, which is why I did a legit Disney crossover category. I didn't just list it as crossover with Peter Pan. I don't want this to become like a Kingdom Hearts thing. That being said, I don't want it to become like a Once Upon a Time thing either. I know That's a very popular show. I don't want to go quite that dark. I'm going to get very, very dark. All things considered, there are a lot of big things coming. Tinkerbell is not going to be the only Disney character getting her day in the limelight. And Naruto is not going to be the only ninja that the story is focusing on. Big plans for Team 7 in general. Sasuke is going to get his own storyline. Sakura is going to get her own storyline. And they're all going to eventually converge into this one massive storyline. And if you guys pay attention, you guys want to see the spoilers, I'll get into that in a little bit more in-depth way than I am right now. But as of yet, that's really all I'm going to say to you guys on that story. Just know that I'm working on it. It is coming. But, you know, again, I just don't have as much time as I would like to get some of these out the way I like them to be. Otherwise, you know, all I really have to say on that is, God, I love old Tink. Yeah, that sounds really, really bad, but I do. I like the old version of her a lot better than I like the new, let's be friends, Disney fairies type deal. I liked her when she was egotistical and bitchy. I liked that she was a clingy, jealous girl. I liked all that. I thought that was a very, very interesting way to characterize her, and I applaud Disney for that, and I love that, and I'm going to be borrowing a lot of that, just like I'm going to be borrowing a lot of things for this fic. That's really... There's just something about Disney magic, you know? You know, it can work in a lot of different ways. This is how it's working for me, and I hope you guys are enjoying that. Again, if you want to find out more, pay attention to the spoiler at the end of the video. And finally, we come to Justice Lords. Now, again, I would like to reiterate, when I made this, I decided to go with the Justice Lords rather than the Justice League. And for some of you who don't know who they are, you really need to watch the Justice League cartoon. They're a lot more, I would say, practical than the Justice League, and by that I mean they either kill or generally lobotomize anyone that they catch breaking the law after the death of the Flash. To me, that was much more of a Naruto Naruto compatible characterization. I want to see a lot of that. I want to see them taking justice into their own hands. That being said, they are going to have their own code, their own set of rules. But mainly the point of this whole fic was to be kind of a world of heroes. You know, we got the Naruto as a Superman XP. We got Sasuke emulating Batman, and I guess not exactly emulating because they don't know who these characters are in their universe, but we've got that. I am thinking of making Sakura my Black Canary. A lot of people suggested Wonder Woman, but it's just not a good fit. A lot of people said that it was in poor taste to make a Black Canary reference to her screaming, but, you know, that sort of thing is where these kind of ideas come from. You know, apply a freaking sound-based jutsu and you've got a Black Canary XP. There are characters that I'm going to be adding. Some of them aren't going to be who you might think they are. I know a lot of people are expecting Kakashi to be a Deathstroke type XP, because I'm going to do heroes and villains working on the same side. There are a couple villains that are just classically evil, and there's no really reason to make them into good guys. Just know that there are going to be some good guys and some generally bad guys working together on this. We've got planned in, I've got a Green Arrow, I've got the Flash, Martian Manhunter, I've got a Doomsday planned, I've got Darkseid, I have the Red Hood. I have just all these characters that have come to life with comic book persona, and I really, really need to get this right. So if you guys have any creative suggestions at all, I would love to get some of them from you guys. Again, a lot of people have been throwing out that Kakashi could be a Deathstroke, just reverse the eye on the mask. That's not really the way I was going to go with it, but you know what? You guys are thinking, you guys are providing me with feedback, and I really, really enjoy it. I like finding out what you guys think would work. But for now, the rest I will deal with in the spoiler that's coming up next. And for the rest of you who aren't going to watch the spoilers, thanks for watching the video. I was really, really surprised that you guys liked the last one, so I decided that I was going to keep up with it, try and get one out every now and then, and see just what kind of things you guys want to see from me. I feel like it makes it a lot easier if we have this sort of not exactly face-to-face, but you can see me, you can hear what I'm saying, I can get my point across a little better because you can actually hear it. You're not just reading words off a screen, you're actually seeing me, listening to me say this stuff to you, and that to me is probably a big part of it. But you guys, again, I really appreciate everything. And to those of you who are leaving, peace to all my fans, and stay tuned for the spoilers if you're not. And finally, we come to the spoilers. These are just some things that are so big, and I can't keep a secret, so I gotta just share them with you guys, get them out here. I'm going to try and do this all in one take to keep it short. First up, Weapon X. Are we going to see more of the Marvel Universe? Yes, we are. We are going to see, we're going to see different characters. We'll see like a Sabretooth, an X-23, possibly a Deadpool, and we are going to see the Hulk. Granted, it's going to be a ninja version of the Hulk, but it's going to be the Hulk, people, and I really, really could not keep this a secret any longer. I wanted anyone willing to know, so they could see where this is going, something to look forward to. We're going to come into Pixie Dust. I said there will be more Disney added, and there shall. I said Sasuke and Sakura are each going to get their own unique storylines, and they shall. Sasuke, he's got the curse mark. Everyone hates him. He's such a douchebag in fan fiction. Not here. I decided that Sasuke, it's not going to be enough for me to write him as a decent character. He is going to need some sort of redemption to get people's attention. So, to that end, he is going to be dealing with the merfolk and Little Mermaid, Ariel, and Ursula, and all that kind of stuff. He is going to be learning magic from Ursula in his redemption story, so we've got physical magic covered. Naruto, he will be going to Neverland. He is going to be the king of Neverland. Yes, it's going to happen, people. Granted, he's going to be the king of basically nobody, but he is going to be in control of Neverland. That takes care of belief magic. Then we have Sakura. Sakura is going to be going on a little bit of an acid trip. I am sending her to Wonderland. She is going to be learning about desire magic. Altogether, the three types of magic play a big key role in this story, and it's going to play a big role in a possible sequel to this story. But to get the sequel, I need to get the story out first, so I'm going to need some help with that. I need you guys to really goad me on, get me going at this story, because otherwise it's going to end up collecting cobwebs and dust. With the Justice Lords, I have a bunch of characters and I have no idea what to do with them. That being said, Kakashi will be our Green Arrow. I don't want him as Deathstroke because I have someone else being Deathstroke. To that end, I have other characters that need to be that I feel like I should reveal to you guys. I'm not sure if I revealed it or not, but we have our Martian Manhunter is Neji Hyuga, and you'll see why later on in the story. I don't want to reveal everything. This is a spoiler, but I don't want to spoil too much. I think you can all guess who the Flash is going to be. Some characters are just going to be harder than others to pinpoint and figure out. I did mention the Red Hood earlier on, and that plays a major significance because I am making the Red Hood one of the ladies of the Naruto-verse. You guys can, try and guess who. And she's going, and will this Red Hood have any significance to a Joker? That one I'm leaving up to you guys to figure out. Red Hood is kind of synonymous with the Joker, but he's also very, very synonymous with, Batman and Robin. So you guys, I'll leave it to you to kind of figure out before I actually reveal anything. But that's the kind of thing that makes it fun. Give you guys a little bit of information and just see what you guys do with it. But that being said, that is all I really care to reveal right now. I know it wasn't a whole lot, but you get what you can get, and I give what I can give, and I hope you guys enjoy. So to that end, peace out, fan of fanfics. Thanks for watching.